Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video.
Girlfriend 28 female, wanted to have an open relationship by 29 male, broke up with her now, she has gone insane. Since January of this year, my girlfriend and I have been together on and off. I was always pleased with the fact that we were the couple that could deal with things without getting into a fight. We are both quite mature persons, and any conflicts that have arisen in our relationship have been dealt amicably by both of us. Now, let's get down to business. My girlfriend works in an environment where she is surrounded by women with the exception of one man. A particular employee is a great ladies' man, and my girlfriend has fallen head over heels in love with him. Not much new here, I understand. We've been together a long time, and yearning for something else isn't always a bad thing. Meanwhile, my companion proceeded to exert even more pressure on the situation. Her questions were basically, what if I had it with you? What if I slept with another guy? She was basically asking me, what if I had it with you? What if I slept with another guy? She started to urge us more and more about things we should do before we get married and become boring old people. She was becoming more and more persistent. Afterwards, she started telling me that I had worked out so hard and that I looked so much better now than when I first met her, that this was my chance to have some more action and so on. Her active promotion of the notion of open cooperation was the first step in this direction. I realized that her feelings for me were far deeper than a simple crush. Moreover, I didn't need her presence in my life. I had had some difficulties in my previous relationship, and this was my chance to meet someone new who did not share those difficulties. Consequently, I just told her that this is no longer something I want to participate in and that I feel we should meet with other folks. I don't think it really struck her until the following day, when I deleted her from all social media platforms. Then she had a complete meltdown. She forced her way to my apartment, which was occupied by my housemates, and sat there sobbing. She ended up buying me numerous expensive pieces of clothing, worth more than $300, as a way of expressing her affection for me. Her overall state of mind is crazy, as shown by her calling in sick to work. I have no desire to restart my connection with her at this point in my life. Many people would consider me a dreadful person for having given up on a relationship after such a long period of time. But here's the thing, I cared for her, but when she started talking about her enthusiasm for the other person, it was as if my feelings for her were being sucked out of me. And, to be really honest, I've arrived at a point in my life where I'm okay with the way things are with just me. I know I'm a wonderful person, and I don't need to convince anybody to stay with me anymore. The trouble is that I'm not sure what to do about her. Her behavior is causing a great deal of concern among everyone. She knows the passwords to a lot of my key objects, which is terrifying since I use the same 3 passwords for everything, which means she knows them all. I went out to replace a few of them, but I'm concerned she's going to take advantage of me. Update. When it came to my ex-girlfriend, things went in a different direction. Although I attempted to contact her sister in order to request that she return the shirts my girlfriend had bought for me, the company from which she ordered them does not accept returns. Because the shirts were so nice, I decided to retain them and merely reimburse her sister for the money she had spent on them. While we were putting the finishing touches on our plans, her sister mentioned the link to me. She said that she wanted me to know that my girlfriend was entirely dedicated to me, that she envisioned me as the man with whom she would have children and grow old with, and that the guy from work was nothing more than a passing acquaintance. I told her that I understood, but my perspective of her changed as a result of the encounter, and my love and affection for her waned as a result. Afterwards, her sister went ballistic on me, screaming, I am an asterisk hole who wasted her sister's wonderful years, and I never had any intention of manning up and marrying her, which I took as a challenge. Following that, I made the decision to have no further contact with my ex-girlfriend, her family, or her friends. I was getting messages on a regular basis, and my ex-girlfriend even came to my house to check on me to make sure I was still alive. I went to a bar with 2 of my male friends, which is a regular haunt for me. When my ex and her friends emerged out of nowhere, I was in the middle of a conversation with another woman. She went down in stating that I was cheating on her and that we hadn't yet officially ended our relationship. Her friends continued pressuring me to give her a chance, and I eventually did. The whole situation got really disturbing. Specifically, she indicated that if we did the complete open thing, only if I wanted to, she would have allowed me to her friends, had in reference to a friend of hers who always thought I was attractive and said I could have her. I told her that it was a lot for me to take on, and that I needed some time to consider my options. I merely said that to get myself out of the situation. Later, I learned that she had discovered where I went because one of my male friends had introduced my girlfriend's friend, whom he believed was interested in her, to my girlfriend's friend. So that's what happened. For what it's worth, I did find love after the breakup, but it was with a woman I found on Tinder. X was the one who found this. Then there was the fact that we had been together for so long that our friend circles had melded in everything, which was the biggest difficulty with the split. I'm not sure how I'm going to cope with her reappearing in my life for the second time. Story 2. Girlfriend cheated on me twice 4 years ago. She is saying we were not exclusive back then. We had just started dating each other. I'm 36 years old, and she's 33. I thought we had a good connection, and I wanted to propose to her. But the more we spoke about marriage, the more I realized how far off we were from each other. She later admitted that she had slept with 2 other guys during our first few months of dating, when I finally addressed her feelings of being aloof and inquired as to what I was doing to lead her to feel that way. It was the first month of our relationship, and she was in a bad mood since her sister had died of cancer the previous month. When I queried as to why she hadn't informed me sooner, she said that it was too early in our relationship for us to be exclusive at that point. Not knowing what to say, I just thanked her and walked out of the room. I explained to her that I needed some time to process what had happened since I was furious. How does she manage to have 2 guys in her bed at the same time and not think a big deal for 4 years? What should I do now? I'm completely defeated. 4 years has passed since I first became involved in this, and I'm at a loss for what to do. I'm in love with her to the point that it hurts, and I'm at a loss on what to do. Were all of our discussions about having a large number of children, names for the children, career aspirations, and family considerations completely meaningless to her? Because I know I would be the fool whether I cut off our connection or not. I wish she hadn't informed me. She would be the idiot at the very least now that I know she would be the idiot if she didn't tell me. In this position, there is no way to come out on top. It hurts too much to think of all of the wonderful times we had. Why would she do something like this to me? She was fully aware that I had emotions for her, and it was clear that we were dating at this point. What precisely did I do wrong, and how can I fix it? The whole thing doesn't make a shred of logic. I would have been able to assist her if I had realized what she was going through, but she never really opened up to me about her situation. In the days after the funeral of her sister, she expressed to me that she needed grief counseling, but I was empathetic and available for her. She never really wanted to talk about her sister. Even now, I know very little about her sister, and I don't want to put her in a position where she is forced to do anything she doesn't want to. As best I could with the little information I had and all the love and support I could summon, I endeavored to aid her. I gave all I had to this relationship, and I did everything I could to be compassionate when she became distant from me. I'm a complete stupid who has been taken advantage of and has now squandered 4 years of my life as a result.